Dave and Dean, the road each week. Spin the wheels, engines speak. Tracks of fire, dust and smoke. Southern skies, the throttles choke. Fast and fierce, racing souls. Tearing through the endless cold. Twisting metal, thunder growls. Screams of tires, dirt that scowls. Cranking loud, boys, let it blast. Roads of fury, racing fast. Southern Fried Racing hours here. Fuel the fire, shift the gear. Every lap a rebel's dream. Gasoline, hearts, and the scream. Dave and Dean crown the track. Each corner fight, ain't turning back. Crank it loud, boys, let it blast. Roads of fury, racing fast. Southern Fried Racing hours here. Fuel the fire, shift the gear. Nights alive, wheels embrace. Burn the streets, set the pace. Hours, speed's the creed. Southern Fried Racing breed. Southern Fried Racing hours here. Fuel the fire, shift the gear. Nights alive, wheels embrace. Burn the streets, set the pace. Hours, speed's the creed. Southern Fried Racing breed.
And here we are, the Southern Fried Racing Hour with Dave and Dean and James. Or if we went in order, it'd be Dave and James and Dean, or Dean and James and Dave. So
the Three Stooges.
Y'all have to lean in a little bit, you know. With James back in here, so he's leaning. Dean's leaning out. We got to get his face back in the camera. So.
Okay.
Wherever I gotta go.
You're good. It was Dean that kind of needed to move a little bit, so he's. And then James, y'all just have to act like you love each other, you know.
Yeah,
hey, we work together, so you know.
Or
brothers.
You're always welcome to lean into my camera too, you know. So,
however I can be seen.
Well, right now you're kind of split between the two cameras, so
maybe we have to fly back the other way, but it's fine.
Yeah, well, we want to see you on screen. You know, it's important that we see a superstar at work. I mean, you know, so just y'all just share, or I'll share, or whatever. But hey, it's good to be here. Looking forward to all the activities of our racing show. Exciting race. I think we nailed it better this week. Looking at some of the results and stuff, we'll get to that in a minute. But I think there you go.
Yeah.
Just join in mine.
I'll just go back.
Or yours. And then you got the candle behind you. That's kind of cool. I like that.
Yeah.
But let's start out with some video, and then we'll just get going in it. But let's start out with this video here, and then we'll be right back.
I did not win by an inch right here this time, and a little bit safer gap. But thanks again to the team. Congrats to all Hendrick Motorsports, the engine shop, everybody there.
You start what is the middle, or you're in the middle of what is a very busy month of May for you right now. To start to have this momentum and carry it the rest of the way through, how does that help?
Yeah, I don't know. It's got to help a little bit, but it's so different at Indy, and the cars are different. But yeah, I look forward to getting there. We're gonna fly there tonight. Celebrate with Caitlin. Happy Mother's Day, Caitlin. All the moms out there, my mom especially. So, yeah, it's a cool win here in Kansas, and now we'll try to execute 2 good weeks there at Indy.
Kyle Larson, your winner at Kansas on Mother's Day.
It took a while for my car to come in. I think 5 more laps. I probably would have scared the 5 a little bit, at least. But no, really proud of the 12 boys today. Appreciate the Worth Group being on board, Ford, Menards, Body Armor, Dex Imaging, everybody. Really good last couple weeks, bringing fast race cars. Hopefully we can continue to do that, keep learning, and move forward. But overall, a really good weekend.
Strong day for Ryan Blaney and this 12 team.
I mean, ultimately, we got a really good finish out of it, but I didn't feel like we were very good today. And those long green flag runs through stage 1, stage 2, we were getting passed by a couple of the better cars, and then we were fortunate to have that really good pit stop. I think it was the start of stage 3, give us the lead, and then had that just held on to track position. So just didn't quite have what we needed to compete with the 5, and even the 12, 21, they were really fast. The 11 was really good too. So we were kind of back half of the top 10 car that never screwed up and found ourselves in second.
What would you say the state of the 20 team is right now?
Yeah, I think we're doing really good on the short track package. It seems like the intermediate stuff we're a little bit off. So walking out of here with a good finish, I feel like we've stole a couple good finishes the last couple months. So we need to perform better.
Yeah, it was good. Good finish. I wouldn't say we had a great day. We started in the back and had to kind of work our way up there at a bad pit stop. Did a really good job just getting the car better. It was a great weekend for us. Tore the whole bottom of the car off yesterday. They changed it near the track, which is really hard to do, and obviously they did a really good job putting it back together. So it was a good, solid finish for us, and hopefully can build on this.
What's the state of the number 19 team right now?
Yeah, I think, for us, me and James talked about earlier this week, we don't even feel like we're close to our full potential or capability, and we've been able, I think it's our 4th top 5 of the year, and we feel like if we're going to grade our season as probably a C+ from just how we feel like we're doing. So, yeah, excited for the future. It's just going to continue to get better, and we're getting out of here soon.
It was a mess from start to finish. Well, not really from the start. We were really fast at the start, and then crashed the car and just overcame the car with a lot of damage. So, glad to still get a top 5.
What's the state of this 48 team right now?
I think we've been really, really fast. So, hopefully we can just get a clean day. We haven't had fun the whole time.
What's the race that you're going to get that clean day?
Yeah, hopefully next week. We'll see.
Well, there we go. A few of the thoughts of leaders, and and some admission.
That's right.
A little bit off on some of the tracks.
It was off.
Talked about that. So we'll get into Dean's notes in a little bit. We'll talk a little bit more about that. Let's pull up a little bit of some news and notes about that. There's your winner. Hey, we just said Larson was going to be tough.
Yeah, he did.
And he's still got my vote. I think he looks like a champion this year.
Yeah.
So we'll see. It's going to be a tight run, but he's nailing it right now.
He is nailing it. Yeah.
He looks like he's in a zone. Even when he's off, he doesn't go way off. Like he's top 5.
He is. He is.
I mean,
He's definitely a top 5 driver.
he's just consistent, and he's winning races as well. And the 221 laps led, pretty strong. So very nice for him. We look at the results. Bell, a nice run. We said Blaney was on the move. In fact, he was kind of a pick to win. Briscoe, Bowman. Barry got back in the top 6.
Yeah, he did.
Good run for him in that Ford, number 21. Priest hasn't really showed up a lot this year. He still but he did have a nice finish. 7th, Busher. Logano still strong, top 10. And he could have easily won the race. Nemechek, not bad. Cindric, another one that's been on the move, done really good. Still top 15. Gilliland, Heim, Gregson. Some of the drivers hasn't been up there of late. Chase Elliott, 15.
Oh, I know it. I know.
Those pit stops, they're going to have to figure something out with the pit
You're
stops.
right.
Yeah, it's killing him. Zane Smith, Reddick, not with a bullet this week. He's still not quite where he needs to be with that team. Chastain Stenhouse Jr., who's been racing nicer of late. And then Kyle Busch, 21. I did put him in there. He was just outside the 20th position. But then let's move on real quick to the standings. Well, Larson, as we see, is at the top. Byron still stays consistent, mostly. Bell, very much. He's with a bullet, number 3. Chase, he's right there, man.
He is.
Yeah, he's moved up, I think. Wasn't he like 5 a couple of weeks ago? Now he's 4.
Yeah, he's moved up.
He
Blaney,
has moved up.
Blaney with another bullet. I mean, he's up to 5 there, so he's looking good. Reddick again, slipping a little bit. He slipped down some. Hamlin slipping again too. I mean, not still top 10, but he's not. He didn't have a good run. Bowman, Logano still top 10, still hanging around. Bubba slipped a little bit. It'll affect him in the power rankings. We'll see. Cindric all the way down in 14. So it looks like if you had to say out of that group right there, who's your top 2 for the championship material?
I would say Byron and Denny Hamlin.
You still riding with them?
Yes.
I would have to say Kyle and Byron right now.
Yeah, right now I think you almost have to. But I would not rule out Blaney making a run on that.
Oh, I agree with that absolutely.
I think they're putting it together right now. But that 24 team is so strong.
Oh,
I
yes.
would not count them out at all of being in the top 2. And then we see a little bit further down the list, all the way to 30th. Kyle 18th there. Just again, some of these when we look at these standings. We got the big race coming up, boys.
That's right.
All-Star Weekend, and then the big 600. A lot of things to look forward to. Larson's got a big day going on that. We'll talk about that a little bit more. And then the power rankings, which do tell the tale, 1 and 2.
That's right.
Larson and Byron, you can't go wrong with them.
No.
And look at Byron, a season low of 3. He's not going anywhere.
It's not bad if your 3 is your low.
Yeah, and so Larson is basically his season low is 8th. He's overpowering him right now by winning. I mean, that's the reason the power ranking has, he's second. He's come a long way because he had struggles early on.
Oh yeah,
he had some struggles. Then Bell's again just slightly off, but he's had a season low 12, but he is at 30. He's up 2 spots. Hamlin holds at 4. Blaney again moves up 1 in the power rankings. He's at 5. Elliott up 2.
That's right.
He's at 6. So he's still making moves up that ranking. Reddick drops 4 spots in the power rankings to 7. Logano drops 1 to 8. Then rounding out the top 10, Bowman and Chastain. So there you go. And so thoughts, gentlemen, on the race on Sunday and anything in those notes about what you see?
Well, what a downfall was Denny Hamlin's car blowing up twice in 2 weeks. Last week was a motor. Now this week was a transmission. What's going on?
Yeah, and I think he's been pretty critical of some of the stuff that's going on with some of that too. It looked like he was really going to jump in there and like we usually even predicting he possibly winner. You still say it, Hamlin. Yeah. The KG veteran still got great stuff, but yeah, that's unfortunate for him because you want to see him finish. It's all about finishing. Yeah. James, anything?
Well, Blaney, first part of the year, he had so many DNFs. I'm surprised he's in, as low as he is in the standings. If you have 3 or 4 DNFs at the first of the year, it doesn't look good for you at all. But
no, you're right.
Apparently, the races he can finish, he does pretty well. So, and Hamlin's kind of having that luck now that Blaney's had. It kind of moved to Hamlin, with the bad luck. But if you have a strong car, you're running a strong race. The last thing you want to do is have a bad pit stop.
That's right.
And with Chase having his bad pit stops the past couple of weeks, it's just cost him races.
It is.
Because, you could easily see Hendricks Motorsports 1, 2, and 3 in the standings if they can figure out Chase's issues with his pits.
You got to think they're going to put all hands on deck to try to figure that out. I'm sure they already have. It's been sort of biting them from the very beginning of the year. We said he was that close.
That's right.
To putting it all together.
That's right.
Yeah.
And we know he has the skill. We know he has the machine. But it's that little bit, that takes you from being a champion. Look at Logano. I mean, Logano has done well, but he's also struggled.
Right.
And that's a champion. So it's showing up in the finishes at some of the tracks. And the one thing about NASCAR is there's no rest.
Right.
No.
I mean, you are going at it hard.
Yes.
Every week. And you don't have a lot of time to work on stuff.
Ah.
I mean, it's they go right out of a race to get into the next race, to get in those cars, getting your practice time in. getting sometimes even for future races. They're actually there's some scheduled throughout the year.
Right.
Working on doing your things with the pit crew, doing your practice laps, like I said, on that track, but also trying to fix your engine issues or transmission or whatever it is. And then, then you're racing for, what do they do? Those on Friday, right? When they do the time. And then, some of them are racing, at other things as well.
That's right.
Then you roll into Sunday and there you go.
Yeah.
So it's fast. I mean, a week goes by really fast for them, and they're just hammering all the way from February through
November.
November.
Oh, yeah.
That's not much time off. I mean, it's a grind, and a lot of races on there. That's not even counting the radio time, the TV time,
right?
For these top drivers, especially.
That's right.
Trying to find family time. You've got to be there for your sponsors.
That's right.
And so it's like a golfer. It's not just the skill of being able to hit the ball in the hole. It's all the other things that go with that. So your stamina, are you resting good, sleeping good? So that's, all of them have meals prepared for them.
Right.
I mean, it's like any professional athlete. You've got a shelf or something that, trying to keep you're working out, trying to keep healthy. And they're on a routine for sure.
They are.
But in all that, it don't take but just that little bit.
That's it.
To throw a team off.
That's it.
Pretty amazing.
One little pit stop screw up would mess up everybody at the same time.
All right. Miss Jenna says hello to Dave and Dean. And also she probably put that in before James come in. I didn't know he was going to be here.
All right.
David, has Dean heard the song I made for you racing show yet? I don't think so. Make sure he sees that. Jake also wants to know, Dean, what do you think about the Street Racing Outlaws, or that show that Speed put out in 2000s called Pinks, if you remember that?
I remember that. I didn't really get into it, but I remember the show.
Yeah, I remember that show.
Okay, and it is live. It's not Memorex.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You got to be old like me to remember that.
Yeah.
That's the mistakes we make are live.
That's right.
Yeah, the mistakes we make are live. We don't edit out or anything.
That's
is
right.
Live, Jake. I don't know if Jake is a racing fan. He's from the great state of Mississippi.
Okay.
We appreciate you being in here. All right. What about, I didn't get this because of everything that's been going on in my life. I didn't get to watch the race. I just tried to catch up with watching what was going on with it, the news and notes, videos and stuff. So I'm going to have to lean to you guys about the race. And what was the attendance like there, Dean?
It was a good attendance. I like that.
We felt like it would be strong
yes,
in Kansas
it was
City.
strong.
Anything else stand out? Not anything on your notes, but anything else stand out from that weekend or the race in general as you look at where we're at?
Yes, I go back to the truck race Friday night.
Okay.
No, Saturday night. There's no respect for nobody.
Really?
Yes. Everybody on that track Saturday night was no respect.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that.
Yes.
There wasn't that many cautions in this race.
There
were like maybe 4 cautions. Or, it seemed like a quiet race.
It was a quiet race, but
it was a little bit. And I think,
but like I said, no respect. They didn't respect each other.
Let me see here. I think let me see these. I got 2 short videos. Let's see what these are. And then we'll come back, take a break, and then get Dean's notes. Here we go. Oh.
Mama's not going to like that.
Cody Ware. That's all it takes. Blaney looking tough. So just a little bit of some things from the race. So there was a couple spinouts, but that wasn't a bad record.
Right.
That's just tap. That's just
That's
rubber.
it. That's all
racing.
it was.
Yeah. That's not much at all.
We'll look forward as we get past the commercial and Dean's notes. We'll look at the All-Star weekend and anything else. So thanks for watching the Southern Fried Racing Hour, and let's run a quick commercial. We'll be right back. Hey, Southern Fried fans and your Cornbread Nation. Well, yeah, that's right. We're going to advertise for Mammoth Nation. To all proud Americans, we call attention to these thoughts. Are you tired of woke corporations that don't align with your values? I know we are. Look no further than Mammoth Nation, the ultimate destination for patriots like you and me and Rob and everybody else, including old crazy Uncle Jeb, who believe in putting America first. Here at the Southern Fried Podcast, we're proud to partner with Mammoth Nation because they share our unwavering commitment to faith, family, and yes, freedom. Just like us, Mammoth Nation believes in the power of the American spirit and the importance of preserving our great nation's heritage. When you join Mammoth Nation, you're not just getting access to amazing discounts on products and services. You're becoming a part of a community that stands against the forces trying to tear our country apart. From supporting veterans and first responders to promoting Christian values, Mammoth Nation is the go-to platform for conservatives who want to make their voices heard. So what are you waiting for? Join the Mammoth Nation movement today and start enjoying exclusive deals from businesses that share your America First values. Together, we can make America great again, one purchase at a time. Don't miss out on this opportunity to support a company that truly cares about our nation's future. Sign up for Mammoth Nation now and experience the difference of a community that puts America first. Use that QR code on the screen, folks, and that will take you right to the website where we also will be helped in your support of these values. We are customers of this great American company. Rob is a monthly supporter, and I am a lifetime member of Mammoth Nation. We're so appreciative of companies like this. Please be a supporter, not just for us, but for America. These companies need our support. We're patriots. Stand together with patriots. Take care, and God bless. All right, Mammoth Nation, they're a great America First company that when you become a member there, you get access to all these savings across many other America First companies. I'm a lifetime member. Rob is a monthly supporter. You go through their portal, you get all these discounts. You make that money back through the savings you have. And all the companies you're dealing with, they're America. It's American-made products by companies that are not only just American-made, but America First, the values. And so we love Mammoth Nation. They're great. I love their weekly videos they do of issues that are going on in the country. They're usually anywhere from 15 to 45 minutes long, and they cover all they're not scared to cover anything. Of course, we also are with W Energy Drinks and Podbean as two of our other affiliates. And yes, the great Patriot Mobile. Cornbread is our promo code. What a great company. Recently had a business meeting with them, talking with them, and it was the best phone call experience I think I've ever had, and I'm not exaggerating. One, I could understand the person I was talking to, which is big. Two was they had no problem talking about their faith and their the values of the company. Very respectful, very patient with me and walking me through all the stuff that I needed. And you just can't go wrong with them. Their processes are great. Their customer service is great. And we're excited to be partnered with them for the long haul. We both plan on a long relationship, and we love Patriot Mobile. All right, because of that, Patriot Mobile, it is now time for Dean's Notes. And so Dean is going to go through. He said he's got a bunch of notes.
Oh,
so
yes.
we better get started with them if we want to get done.
Okay, here we go.
Dean?
Now. There's Dean Notes. From Kansas Speedway. Saturday night was a Heart of Healthcare 200. It's a mile and a half track. Bumpy in turn 3. Last trick was turn 4.
Okay. Our bumps returned then.
Yes. but this was in turn 3, like I said. Kyle Larson won the pole for Sunday. Corey Heim won stage 1 Saturday night. Ryan Byron drove the number 7 car for Connor Zilich for Spire Motorsports that was hurt in Talladega when he hit the wall. Suffering back injury. Kyle Larson to run Indy 500 and the Coca-Cola 600. That's a double deal. Carson Hocevar won stage 2. Carson Hocevar won the race Saturday night.
Oh, nice.
Lane Riggs disqualified Saturday night due to a bed covered loose.
Uh-oh.
Sunday was at Advent Health 400. After Sunday, a third of the season done.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Yes. Larson won stage 1. Tire issue for William Byron. Larson won stage 2. Denny Hamlin clutch issue. Second DNF for the season.
It's tough.
Tire issue for Brad Keselowski. Hit Swab for second place. Justin Haley backs down pit road. Now that was a cool thing to see. Now that was awesome.
I'm trying to picture that one.
He backed all the way down from the track
Okay.
on down pit road.
So that's
to his
not
pit stop.
legal, apparently.
It wasn't legal, but it was safe.
Okay.
Caution breeds caution.
Yes.
Kyle Larson won Sunday. 4th win for Hendrick Motorsports for the year.
That's strong.
And also, here's another good one. 100 years of the Goodyear blimp.
Oh, wow. Didn't know that.
Yes.
100 years.
100 years.
Yes.
Okay.
You know,
would you have went up 100 years ago in that blimp? I wouldn't go up now. I don't like that.
I think I would. I'm not going to say for sure.
I don't know. What goes up must come down.
Yeah.
I always think of what could go wrong. I think too much. I overanalyze stuff. I'm the guy that gets on the amusement park rides, and I'm looking at the bolts and rust stains and everything else. You know, I probably shouldn't pay as much attention as I do. But thank you for those notes, Dean. I always learn something every time that you come with those.
Thank you.
And it seems like we're hitting a lot of milestones this year.
Yeah, we have.
50 years, 100 years. It's pretty interesting to see how that goes. And obviously, even though I just turned 60, I wasn't around for the beginning
I wasn't either.
of the Goodyear blimp.
I wasn't either.
1925.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
I did not know it went back that far, to be honest with you.
Yes.
I thought that was like a 50s development, to be honest. I had no idea it went back that far. You see, you got to come to the show to learn these things.
That's
that
right.
Dean,
That's right.
brings to the table here. I don't, and James, I learn from these guys, you know, so.
We try to be helpful and
That's right.
informative to the the viewers.
Yeah,
when we can.
yeah.
Well, you know, good dog fan, we know is going to bring good information, you know.
Yeah,
And like David, I learn stuff every week.
I definitely learn things.
I do too.
Not into NASCAR as much as y'all are, so I learn something all the time.
I do too. I learn stuff every day. So
It's great.
Well, let's look forward as we go into All-Star Weekend. Now, I know they've made some changes to the All-Star Weekend, but I'm not exactly sure of exactly what that All-Star event looks like.
they hadn't brought a format yet.
Okay. So it will be various stages again?
Yes,
Like usual,
yes.
you will win certain amounts of money
Yes.
for so many laps or
Yes.
miles.
Yes.
And then there's an overall winner based. Is it, because I remember you used to have to kind of calculate where you wanted to be at for that last stage. Who gets the money? Is it the last stage or
I think it's still the first stage.
still the first stage? But that's interesting. That'll be, and it's always a hard fight. It's
It is.
usually a wreck. Money's on the table.
Every time they have our star race, they bring us something different. Like the last time, a couple of years ago, was the stage racing,
Mm-hmm.
and it took off. And then they had that choose row in the All-Star race, and that took off.
Okay.
So every year they had a different format, see how it goes.
Okay. Just try different things
Yes,
and see what
yes.
sticks.
And then if it sticks good, the fans
Okay,
vote
yeah.
on it, the
Yeah, that's-
drivers like it, then they go with it.
That's the important thing. You got to have something the fans like.
Yes.
Because if you keep running things the fans don't like, you lose viewership. So whatever, you can get the fans interested in where they stay tuned in and stay with the, stay with the whole race. That's what you want to do.
Well, I'm going to go look to the future. Next year, the final race of the season would be back at Homestead.
Okay.
Okay.
They're moving it from Phoenix next year.
All right. It was always Atlanta there for a long
Yes.
time. Was the last race of the year. Some people didn't like that.
And then they're talking about moving it every year.
That's not a bad idea, actually. That creates new challenges.
Right.
There's a lot of that last race has produced a champion
Yes.
a lot of times, and so that would be interesting. Your strategy would change a little bit depending on that certain year and that track.
It will.
So, can you imagine? I mean, I could just think of different tracks and what kind of challenges
Yes.
that would be if just a few points separated, 5 of the drivers.
I can imagine the last race at Bristol. It would be.
That's what I was
Yeah.
thinking about.
Bristol at night, being
Yes.
the last race, man.
Oh,
That'd
man.
be- to me, I'm a old fashioned guy. I would like, if you do Daytona first, I think you should do Daytona last. That's just my opinion. Being a casual NASCAR watcher, and you could do like a day race and the first one, night race and the last one, kind of like the Bristol.
That's a good one.
But
Or we could
however-
just take them back to the beach.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
well, it is November when they end it, so it's,
Yes.
down there at the beach it's 70 degrees all year round.
Yeah.
Even in the wintertime it's 70 degrees.
Imagine the last race at Talladega.
Oh, that'd be interesting.
And that was the other one I was thinking about. Then like an intermediate track, like a Darlington or something.
Yes.
How hard would that be to be having your championship there?
Oh, yes.
That would be amazing. I was trying to think of what fans would really want. Like, would they want a super speedway, or would they be okay with the championship being at a short track like
I want
Bristol?
Super Speedway the most of all.
I think that's what I would want, because to win out, I want to see you with it to the floor,
Yeah, I do too.
pedal to the metal, and Talladega or Daytona, I'd be
Yes.
cool with that, or even
Or-
Texas, or
yeah, Atlanta would be a good one.
who?
Atlanta.
Oh, Atlanta, it would be.
Go back.
Yes.
Kind of go back to it, but yeah, it'll be interesting to see, how that progresses when we get closer. It looks like the top 3 or 4 is going to be really tight all the way through.
Yes,
I don't
it is.
think it's going to change much. Byron showed consistency. Larson's right there.
Bale's right there.
Bale is right there. You've got Blaney on the move up. Reddick's right there.
Joey's right there.
Joy and Casey, and so this is going to go down as long as a couple of those guys don't really just crash out 2 or 3 times, in a row. They're all going to be right there. At the
Kyle
top.
Busch ain't been showing up to the dance. Where's Kyle Busch at?
I don't know, but Mom's on the screen right here saying good evening to you too, and you better watch what you say. She says, "Hey, Dean, your Aunt Shirley and Uncle Terry are watching. Yeah,
Best behavior, Dean.
be on your best behavior. That's right,
I
Dean?
can't do that now.
Dean.
What's your
Best
name?
behavior.
No such thing.
Remember, like in Roadhouse, they said all you got to do is kick them in the knee. They go down like a rock. You got kicked in the knee right now. You're going
That's
down,
right.
You're going down like a
You're a
rock.
one-legged man.
That's right.
You gotta be careful.
You're right. I can't run now.
So overall, Kansas City racetrack, where do you rank it at as far as tracks you like versus
It was okay track.
just
It wasn't
okay
one of my favorites.
out of the top 10?
I would say 4.
Okay, not bad. James, you like that track?
It was okay.
Yeah, I'm not overly excited about it, but I would probably put it in my top 10, but down a little closer to 10, because there's just some tracks I really don't care for. I mean, I'm not really a road course kind of
I'm
guy.
not either.
I do like that race they were at early in the year. I thought that was pretty good. But outside of that, Sonoma, I don't really care for those tracks. I like the short tracks and some of the mid-level tracks, but I'm a super speedway guy. I've always liked just open it up and go. What's the one? Oh, it's got the crazy turn on it. Is that New Hampshire? What is the name of that track? And they have the dog leg.
I think that's Charlotte Roval.
I do not like that track.
That's the Roval. Yes.
Oh, this is so nice. Like watching you, sweetheart.
Thank you, Aunt Shirley.
Aunt Shirley. God bless you, Aunt
Thank
Shirley.
you. Thank you.
That's all. He's a superstar, They both are.
Yeah.
So, let's look at the All-Star weekend. The All-Star, not All-Star, but the 600. It's the longest race of the year.
Yeah, it
obviously
is.
600 miles. That doesn't start till 6 p.m., so that thing's
Right.
finishing up late.
Yes, it will.
If there's any delays, rain or anything, it gets really late.
Right, it does.
There's a lot of fatigue
Oh, yes.
that sits in, especially for Larson, because he's flying in from Indy.
Right, yes.
And I don't think he can get there. I don't think they ever get there on time. It's always join in on the next. Now, that'll be a long stop because they have to switch drivers.
That's
It's usually very early in the race that they make that switch.
Right.
They fly in by helicopter, and as soon as they have a green flag or a caution, I guess a caution. What's the rules on that? Can they make the change in a caution, or do they have to be green flag stop?
They have to be green flagged.
Okay, so it's going to take a lot longer than a usual stop.
That's right.
Because you got to get that Hans device off, get unbuckled, get out.
Yes.
He's got to get in. They got to get all that stuff fixed, the
Yes,
con and all
yes.
that stuff. So
You almost need a delay for all that.
Oh, yes.
that's tough, but that's just what you deal with when you want to do that. We will see motors blow up
Oh, yes.
because
Yeah, 600.
that's 100 more miles.
Yeah.
Well, actually, right now they've only been racing 400.
Right.
There's only a few 500.
That's right.
So now you're pushing out to 600. There's quite a few that'll blow up.
That's right. And tempers flaring, too. Don't forget the tempers.
Well,
You
they're going to
haven't
get
seen much of
hot.
that this year.
No, you hadn't. Not yet.
I've been waiting on it.
I have, too.
Not that I'm saying I want to see it, but it's like something's wrong. Like we should have seen a helmet flying at a car by now,
Yeah, yeah.
or at least a couple of fisticuffs in the
Something.
in the pit area or something, you know,
Right,
or
right.
at the trailer. You know, they have to
Right.
go to their trailer to call them out.
But
Let's
wait,
go.
once it gets hot, you're going to see more of it.
You know, you see it more nowadays on the promo instead of just
Yes,
in there in
yes,
person,
you do.
You know,
You know, sometimes it's the pit crews. It's
Yeah.
not even the driver. The pit
You're
crews
right.
get into it. Going back to Kansas City real quick, I forgot to ask tires. Was tires going to have any problems?
Yes, they had a tire issue. Yes.
I didn't know that. Okay,
Especially Saturday night.
that's been popping up
Yes.
here and there, not every week.
Right, right.
Do you remember how many sets of tires that they were giving them?
I don't recall that.
I think it's been
being
8 or
said.
9 is generally the what you get, but that's been coming up a little bit.
Yes,
It's weird that was more Saturday night.
yes.
I wonder why that is.
I don't know. That it was a bump. One of the issues is
Oh,
bump.
yeah.
You turn
Could we just get rid of the bumps?
yeah.
It's like a hidden landmine in the
It
middle of the
is.
track. I mean, I don't get that, but why would you do that?
You had
Have-
some issues in Sunday race too for the bump. Not many of them, but
Yeah,
if I was a driver, I'd probably avoid it. You know, but I'm sure some of them try to use it for leverage. Or
yes.
yeah, I would not want to have anything like that going on when I'm racing around the track at 180 miles an hour or something like that, especially coming out of a curve,
whatnot, no doubt.
a turn or something like that. I wouldn't want to have that. Back to the 600. Obviously, there's just for me, I'd like to see him do the double dip and win them both. but
Oh yes.
I don't think he'll win Indy,
I don't either.
and I have a hard time thinking he's going to win Charlotte.
I do too.
If there's a guy that can do it, I'd say it's him. But I would not. For me, I'm not picking Larson to win the 600.
I
think
don't either, but I'm not gonna put it past him.
If he's not racing the whole race, I don't know. And, you know,
It's
That's-
gonna be interesting.
that's the point. I mean, where's he going to be at in line?
yeah,
Then you got the long pit stop trying to
Right,
get
right.
him
'cause
in that car.
you know, if you're a top 5, when he changes, you may be able to maneuver back into the top 10. But if you're 20 or 30 when they make the change, how could that affect them as far as the rest of the race? You know, that'd be a risky move.
It
for
would
me.
be.
I will say for all the guys out there, there's no fat on this guy. He's as wiry as they
He
come.
is.
Stamina wise, I think he'll be fine. I just think it's all the variables of trying to, race the Indy, and then all the travel to get there and all of that, and then trying to get in that car. And no matter how good a shape you're in, I think it's the mental part.
It is.
It just wears on you. I mean, just think of what you would feel like. I mean, and I know it's not the same, but imagine driving 500 miles. 500 miles, like you drove from here. I guess that's about the length of Georgia. We'll just say that you drove from top of Georgia to the bottom of Georgia, and you turned around and drove it right back.
Yeah.
no matter how rested
That'd
you
be
think you
awesome.
are, that last 100 or 200 miles, your brain starts,
That's right.
you know, it's hard to focus.
That's right.
Really hard to focus.
Absolutely.
And has nobody's won both of them?
No,
the same
Yeah,
weekend.
I was wondering that myself.
I don't think I've ever heard anybody winning both races. at the
Has
same time.
anybody won it? The NASCAR won after racing the other race, though.
I don't
That's the part I don't know, and I don't think they have.
either.
You know, but with Larson, I will say this: he won the pole for this past race, and he won both stages, which he was the first driver to ever win both stages
That's
for
right.
that race.
That's right.
So if anybody could do it,
Larson.
I
can
would
do it.
say as hard as he is right now, if he gets a good position when he gets in the car, he may have a shot at doing it. When you got Hendricks backing you, anything's
Right.
possible.
I wouldn't put it past him.
Here's one for you,
Okay.
just to say. Let's say he won Indy,
Okay.
and he's at the 600, and it's late, and he's doing good. Does the team say, "Hey, let him pass"? History being made
I don't know.
to the crew chiefs or anybody like.
To
I'm
me-
just saying. They say that don't happen.
Uh-huh.
But if he's won the Indy and he comes there and he's top 5 and it's late, does that team and it's Byron and you know the rest of them Hendrick boys? Do they say make it look good, boys? But we want him to win. I'm just
You're
asking.
throwing the axe in the grindstone now.
Yeah. If
Nobody would admit to that.
No.
if it's Byron, you know, in the top 5, they may do that, but I don't think they would risk Chase getting a win for him to do that. But you know, I could see him doing something if it was William Byron and
What is the fourth driver?
Yeah,
Who's the
Larson.
fourth one? It's I can't think of his name. Don't they have a fourth driver?
Yeah, it was Bowman, Alex Bowman.
Is Bowman's in the lead? Do they tell Bowman to stand down for him to pass?
I wanted to say yes. I wanted to say yes.
Yeah,
I'm not
I mean,
going to limb. I'm going to be.
If you're the owner, Dean, James, if y'all the owner, and he's won the 500, I mean, the whole world's watching.
Yeah.
And he's got a shot to win this thing, but it's your other driver up there. Do you risk throwing your team in turmoil to do that? To say, I mean, not just stand down, but like if y'all side by side,
Yeah.
you need to let him get in front.
Yeah.
Don't hold up.
I want to say I would do it. I would do
You
it.
say to your crew chief, second's still great, man.
Yeah.
But wow, we got a chance as a team to set history here. Does NASCAR want that to happen?
I think they would do that for anybody but Chase.
Yes.
I don't think they would do that to hurt Chase, but anybody else, they would kind of let it slide. I think.
I want to say Hendrick, yes, he would do it. Yes. NASCAR, no.
One more, and we'll dig into 600 a little more. Here's another scenario for you.
Okay.
Kyle Larson is in the lead late. All the world is watching. And Kyle Busch is somehow miraculously number 2, and he takes him out. What kind of fight's going to happen in the pits when he pulls in?
I don't say Kyle Busch coming up. I don't see him coming up that way.
But what if he did?
He could have a good race then.
Or Joey Logano. Joey Logano bumps him and knocks him out of the win and even a top 15
Oh,
after he's won Indy and he's leading late at Charlotte. And Logano says, you know what? That fender looks awful good right now. And he bumps him and he spins out in the wall. What kind of aftermath is going on?
that's going to be a fight. Now, that's going to be a fight right there. Oh, man. Now, that's a scenario. I wouldn't think
That's
about.
a scenario.
You know, a lot of it's happened a few times this year where you'll have wrecks real late, somebody trying to jump into position
Yes.
when they're not ready to jump into
Yes,
position.
yes.
They'll cut, maybe squeeze in between a car or whatever they're trying to do to get up with the leaders or at the lead. But I could see Kyle doing something like that
Good too.
to prevent Kyle Larson. Kyle Busch could Hey, how about hitting the wall, buddy?
I can see it.
Well, here's another scenario. Okay, let's say Kyle, he's not running two. He's lapped.
Oh,
But as they come around him to lapping, like he's being lapped, he can't win.
Right.
Is there that part of him that just races him really hard and accidentally
Nudges him.
nudges him into the wall? I could see that happening.
I could too.
We're just racing hard. I'm trying not to go a lap down, but he takes him out.
That's right. You talk about fist fight.
nobody wants to finish a race a lap down. You want to at least finish within the.
That's
leaders.
that's kind of that legal thing where it's there's a code there,
Uh-huh.
but you're supposed to race them hard for a bit, but not too long.
Right.
It's I don't know where that starts and where it ends, but there's a racing code that if you're going to be lapped
Uh-huh.
and you're trying to not be lapped, you can fight for that for a while, but after a while, you're letting his competitors catch up. It becomes not okay.
Right.
I don't know where because I think that kind of depends on who you talk to.
Right.
But there is a driver code about that. It's figured out you need to let this guy go on because you're influencing the race win right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they say a couple of laps, 3 laps, but after that, you need to let the guy go on.
That's right.
I don't know. It's kind of one of those like baseball rules that's not written down anywhere, but everybody kind of abides by
Yes.
it. And if you
Yeah.
get outside of that, they get mad.
Every sport has their unwritten rules that you follow for generations, but you'll have every now and then you'll have a rebel in the sport that just doesn't follow the rules.
That's
You're
right.
like,
That's
hey,
right.
man, why are you not following these unwritten rules? But look, man, it's not in the rule book, but it's sportsmanship, but it's also gamesmanship. You want to try to get in their head.
That's
or
right.
Try to better your position in the race.
Yeah. All right. We'll go first of all the Indy race, which we don't usually cover, but I like it's traditional. To me, it's like Augusta, Indy 500. Does Larson win?
No.
James?
I'd say 50-50. If he's in the race, I think he'd have a shot.
Who's he driving for?
Uh,
Is it Penske?
I want to say Penske. I want to
He's
say.
going to have the horsepower. There's no doubt.
Yes.
I'm going to say no. I just don't think he wins that
No.
race, but I think he finishes respectable.
Oh yes.
Top 5, which is still a feat. All right, we'll get our top 3, but Kyle Larson winning Charlotte.
Yes. No. No.
James?
I think this race may go Elliott or Blaney. I think one of those guys are due for a win with the way they've been racing lately. And if Elliott can figure out his pits, I think he's due for a good finish. I would go either Elliott or Blaney for the win.
Yeah, I don't think that Larson wins. Oh, it's hard to pick against him right now.
Yeah.
I just think it's the fatigue factor. If this race was even 500 miles, I think 600, I don't know.
Yeah.
I just don't know. Those guys are going to be fresher at the end. And that's if nothing goes wrong. I mean, barring a big wreck and everybody knocks themselves out, I think he finishes well.
Yeah.
But I think the transfer, do we know who's driving for him at the beginning of the race?
I've not heard that yet.
They haven't announced it.
They're not yet.
Okay.
That's interesting.
That would have a lot to do with how he, eventually finishes in the race too. If you got an experienced driver driving for you, you may be in a good position when you get in the car.
You got a point there.
So,
that part will be critical.
yeah.
I say no to Larson winning the 600. I'd love to see it
I would too.
because I think he'll finish respectable, barring a wreck, and I think that he'll be okay. But I don't think he wins. My prediction. All right, top 3 boys. Dean, go.
What you got?
Okay. Byron,
Okay.
Chase,
All right.
Denny Hamlin.
Denny Hamlin. Okay.
Not bad.
I would say either Blaney or Elliott, 1 and 2. Either one. And maybe Byron, but my dark horse would be Larson if things line up for him.
Yeah.
And as hot as he is right now, you never know. I mean, history is always there to be made. You just have to make it. So
That's right.
who knows?
Yeah, I think Byron is gonna just walk the dog this week.
Yes.
They have the horsepower. Their consistency is incredible right now. And I just think that the little bit that Larson's going to have to endure through that day keeps him from winning. I think he is it's weird to say dark horse,
Yeah.
but really he is. I
He
mean,
is.
because
Yeah.
I am going to put Elliott second for
Okay.
my pick. So I do go Byron, Elliott, but I've got to go Blaney third. I'll put Larson 4.
Okay.
That's my, and if I had to go a top 5, I'll go Hamlin. I was that's a Hamlin kind of track. I
Yes.
think.
Yeah.
I think he could handle that. Eric Jones sort of disappeared this week a little
He
bit.
has.
I want to see him strong. And there's a couple other drivers. Reddick, does he get back up in there? Bell.
Yeah, Bill.
There's a lot of variables here, but that's who I would go as my top 5 and the top 3 specifically. I think Byron was really successful early on.
He was.
He's not faded, but it's just been little stuff that's kept him from there.
Yeah.
I think they're ready. This is the track that's going to do it for them. That 24 has always done good at Charlotte.
Yes, he has. Yes.
Gordon always was a threat to win there and won it. And I think he did the double dip at least once, didn't he? Where he drove Indy and then came down and drove.
I'm not 100% sure on that.
I'm not either. I was thinking he did, but he didn't. He didn't win it, but that 24 car will be strong there.
I know Tony Stewart done it.
Yeah, Tony.
Tony did.
And
yes,
Kyle
he
Busch
did.
done it.
Yeah. And just for kicks and giggles, where does Kyle Busch finish in this race? He's been averaging 21.
Right.
What do you think, Dean?
Yeah, Mom, perk up here. Listen.
Kyle Busch tried to come up good, but I'll say the 600. Kyle Busch in the wall.
In the wall. So you say he's dead last again?
In the wall.
I would say, he's an experienced driver,
He is.
and it's a long race. I will give him a top 10 finish. Somewhere 8, 9, or 10.
That's pretty lenient. But I would say he's cagey.
He is.
He will, I think, because he hasn't been in the top. If there is a big wreck, he's the kind of guy that could come up, maybe, and steal a really good, not a victory, but really high finish. But I'm going to say 25th. I just think he's having a hard time getting in the top 20.
But since he been with RCR, he done nothing.
Yeah, I just think this race is grueling, and he's a dog, but he's not been that big a one this year, and I just don't see that. Another question for you: is Bubba fading?
Yes.
He looked like a top 5 guy there for a while, but he seems to be fading a little bit.
He does good to start the race. It seems like he just goes backward.
Yeah.
Something is, I don't know if it's his mistake or Smerich's mistake, but Bubba goes backward every time.
And what is it? Is it just the inexperience factor? He's still, I know he's had a few years under his belt, but I don't think he's strong at every track.
He ain't.
And I think that's part of the problem. I think he doesn't know how to diagnose
He don't.
things to tell the crew chief to fix the car. My opinion.
Yeah.
It's the little things. He
Right.
does it.
Yeah.
Dale Earnhardt was a master at that.
Yes,
Yeah.
he was.
Yeah.
He would tell the crew chief, this is what I want, and that's
Yes.
what he got.
Yes.
Remember when the girl drove, I can't think of her name, Donica.
Right. Yes.
That was her problem. She could race.
Right.
She did not know how to diagnose what needed to be done to the car
That's right.
to tell the crew chief. So they're kind of guessing. They would just say, tell us what it's doing.
Yeah.
But, it's not just what you hear, it's what you feel,
Right.
smell, everything.
Yeah.
You drivers just either have that or they don't.
Yeah.
And I just don't think that right now, some of them, like Bubba, I don't think they've got that.
He don't have it.
Yeah, if you could be a mechanic in your car, that's very helpful for the pits.
Right.
Because you kind of guess on the tires, but the little nuances and things, you can kind of say, hey, this needs to be adjusted or
That's
that
right.
needs to be adjusted. My car's not handling well, so it would help, I would think, to have a mechanic in the
It
car.
does.
One other thing, and I don't know the answer to this either. Do they add a stage at the 600 since it's so much longer?
I
is
think.
or
Yes.
it is. They do add a
Yes.
stage.
Yes. 4 stages.
And fuel mileage could definitely,
Oh,
even with a
yes.
stage could become an issue if they have a good green flag run after that last stage. I would
Yes.
think. I don't know that for sure.
Or do they not? I mean, do they take breaks between stages since it's such a long race, or do they just?
Yes.
Flat
yes,
out race.
Yes. I think it's halfway to have a salute to the troops
Okay.
that we've lost in battle.
Okay.
Okay. It is a long race. It goes late into the night. That's why I said that's if there's no sorry, phone calls coming in. Just if there's no rain or anything like that, or a problem on the track. I mean, there has been those times where we've got a paragraph from Mom.
Uh-oh.
Kyle Larson. Well, I'm afraid to admit, but I'm kind of thinking Kyle's getting it. And he, for some odd reason, he ends up in all wrecks, but I'm still his fan. Well, bless your heart. Always be a fan.
Right.
That's right.
Right. Well, she is right. His age just, is his trouble.
All right, Ken has checked in. Chase, Larson, Byron, first 3.
I like that, Ken.
Kyle Busch, 21st. Straight on that average that he's got going on right now, the 21st. So,
Yeah.
but he did give Chase number 1 there.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. There you go.
I
I
like
think he'll
that.
win a race
I do too.
if he can get the pit straightened out,
Right.
which it's hinders motorsports.
Right.
Surely they can figure it out.
That's his trouble. It's his pit crew.
And he gave Larson a lot of confidence there, number 2.
Yeah.
So, what keeps him out of number 1 there, Ken? Is it just the fatigue or the long day? What do you think? You can pop that in the comments as well. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. So we got All Star, then we got the 600. Hey, he's going to surprise you one of these days.
When? I haven't seen it yet.
He will.
I waited, but it didn't happen.
You remember Richard Petty had that win late in his career?
Yes.
I mean, late.
Yes.
And it was that very emotional.
Yes.
That was his 200th, right?
I think it was.
He won his 200th race. Everybody comes out, shakes his hand. I mean, it's like this big deal. And then he just didn't win no more. So, Kyle is going to have that happen. All the guys, well, I ain't going to say all of them. Some of them might not like him. But most of them will probably be nice. They'll come out there even if they don't like him. They'll say, a good job, give him the golf clap.
I think if he does win this year, it will be celebrated somewhat, because he's a consistent driver, and he may not be a first ballot Hall of Famer, but
I
he's
think he
won a
will be.
lot of races in the circuit. So you got to give him that he's, he was a winner in his prime. He's
Ken
definitely not in
says
his prime anymore.
they got to get Chase in the playoffs.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
Are you saying they're going to get Chase around? Like, hey, let him win.
I think if it's Larson 2 and Chase 1, they say, nope, I'm sorry. Even though you won Indianapolis, Chase needs this win to be in the finals.
That's an important aspect of that. That's very, very important.
Well, you do remember that when Earnhardt won Daytona in '98, everybody was out there on pit road telling him good job.
Yeah. And wins, they got away from that consistency thing, even though that still helps still some. You got to win. That's
Right.
the win. The
Yeah,
points on the wins really
right.
boost you up. So even if you've had a couple of, like we said, DNFs, those wins
Yeah.
has made it
That's right.
to where you can stay up there because they value wins.
Yeah, they cancel out the DNFs if you can win and stay in the top 5 consistently other than a DNF.
Right,
It
right.
makes a difference.
Yes, as the most popular driver. So,
Yes.
all right, closing thoughts. Our racing hour is about up. We thank everybody for watching and taking part
Yeah, thank you.
and watching chats and everything. I want to thank these two gentlemen for making it fun and bringing the knowledge and just the camaraderie of it. Last thoughts on anything, Dean, about racing this
Yes,
week?
my closing thoughts. Denny Hamlin will win the championship.
Wow.
That's my
You're calling your shot right now.
yes.
Wow, that's shooting from way in the 3-point lane. Way.
I would, if I had to guess today, I would say Larson, because he's just so hot right now and he's with the right team. So he may be one of those drivers that wins 10 races this year. And if you're hot like that and you're consistent, you're going to be hard to beat come playoff.
But Denny Hamlin's tried, and he shoots himself in the foot every time. I think this year it might be his year.
Yeah, which is why he's not going to win the championship. But I'll still ride with Larson, but something tells me Byron's fixing to start laying it down. It's just too good. It's just going to rise to the top. His consistency. His low is 3. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
You're laying that down, and
not
you're
bad.
winning races. It's going to be hard to beat that.
Right.
Yeah.
Even Larson can't say that. And I think Chasen will get up there and make this an interesting race. A couple other drivers. I think that's going to be pretty cool. So, hey, thanks for watching. I have so much fun with this.
Thank you, folks.
You guys,
Thanks for tuning in.
yeah, thanks for tuning in. And we look forward each week to Dean's notes and seeing where Kyle Busch finishes. And
Or lately,
In a very blast of the
weekly
pack.
Kyle Busch update.
the Kyle Busch update.
Yeah, it ain't gonna happen.
He's not went up with the bullet. He's went down with a bullet.
That's what I'm
so-
saying.
21's not. I mean, that's in the middle of the pack there. That's not good.
All right, we'll see you next week, folks. Thanks for watching. Salute to you. Fist bump to my bros here. Y'all are awesome. Ken, I give you one way over there. Y'all take care. We'll see you next time.
Odds Lab, boys, let it blast. Road to Fury racing fast. Southern Fried racing hours here. Fuel the fire, shift the gear. Dave and Dean, roll each week. Spin the wheels, engine speak. Tracks of fire, dust and smoke. Southern skies, the throttles choke. Fast and fierce, racing souls. Tearing through the endless cold. Twisting metal, thunder growls. Screams of tires, dirt that scowls. Crank it loud, boys, let it blast. Roads of fury racing fast. Southern Fried racing hours here. Fuel the fire, shift the gear. Every lap a rebel's dream. Gasoline, hearts, and the scream. Dave and Dean crown the track. Each corner fight, ain't turning back. Crank it loud, boys, let it blast. Roads of fury racing fast. Southern Fried racing hours here. Fuel the fire, shift the gear. Nights alive, wheels embrace, burn the streets, set the pace. Hours, speed's the creed. Southern Fried racing breed. Southern Fried racing hours here. Fuel the fire, shift the gear. Nights alive, wheels and